Okay. Now CV and resume. One second. Let me share this.
After the PowerPoint, Bangla, tell them it will
Yeah.
stop and then they have to come back for chronological and functional.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Others, you have to maintain silence, Nana, because you might not get to. Yeah, can you see now?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, resume writing or curriculum vitae. This is what is it? You have it in your syllabus. Now, what is it? It is a brief outline of one's education, training, work experience, both paid and voluntary. And how many kinds of CVs or resumes are there? Basically, there are 4 types. Look, you can look at the extreme right corner. There is a format and chronological, functional. You have it in your syllabus, which madam will tell you later. Combination and video resume, we are not doing it this time. So what is difference between CV and resume? Resume should be shorter than a CV. CV has more details, but even that should be kept short. You can't write your entire life history. Like in this short animation cartoon, you see number of 170, 1700 pages that person wrote. That it shouldn't be that long. What is the purpose of having a resume? It has to introduce you to the prospective employer. It should give a brief introduction of who you are, what you are capable of doing, and highlight your qualifications. It should create interest in the employer, and the main purpose is it should get you an interview. It won't get you a job. It should get you an interview. Now, each resume it should be made for tailor-made for the new job. Then it shows that you have done your homework. And then how many parts are there in a CV or resume? This is basics, Nana. It has identifying information, an objective, educational details, work experience, skills, awards if you have received any, interests and extracurricular activities, and references. Usually 2 references who can certify that whatever you gave in your resume is true. First things first. Now this is about the format. You should, what kind of font you should use, either Arial or Calibri. You can use multiple fonts, but it shouldn't look like an artwork. Make changes by using bold or italics. Header should be bold, 14 to 16 points, 1 inch margin with 1.5 to 2 line spacing. All left aligned except the header, center at top. And whenever you're typing, turn on to the spell check, but again cross check your spellings. What is identifying information? This is a contact information which has name, your postal address, phone number and email ID. Like this. This is an example. Name, postal address, phone number, email ID. Now comes the objective. What is an objective? It is a brief description of your immediate career goals. It should be short, concise, relevant. It should include a specific job title to whichever job you are applying for. It should include for that. It should also have 2 to 3 qualities or qualifications that suit the position you have applied for. Don't use fluffy or meaningless phrases. Most of the students, what they do is they cut and paste. They cut it from the internet, they paste it in their resume, which gives a very wrong impression. Now, for example, seeking one student managing position in an organization where I can use my dash talents and dash talent. X is the name of position, Y and Z are qualities or abilities. So this is an extra information I'm giving you, which we'll do again in your final year in TSKC. Okay. Now personal characteristics. What characteristics do you have? Pick up these vocabulary items or your adjectives. Computer expertise, energetic, charming, physical strength, enthusiasm, patience, sense of humor, sales ability, creativity, mechanical genius, happy disposition, people skills, artistic abilities. These are all the words which you can use to tell about yourself. Then third one is education. Usually, while giving your educational qualifications, you follow a reverse chronological order. Start with your recent degree, then the diplomas, certificates, etc. And apprenticeship, internship you have done somewhere, that will also come. You should include the name of the institution, how many marks you got, what is the percentage or CGPA score, any distinction or special awards, and date of graduation. Suppose, for all is as is the case with you, you haven't received your degree yet. Then you have to mention the expected date of your graduation degree, which will be in 2021. This is the example. Degree college, BCom, expected date of receiving degree is 2021. This is all jumbled up. You can put it in a proper order. The correct order is this way. BCom or BSc, whatever, expected date is 21. Music or business, whatever you're doing, that course gets over in 2020. Internship, if you have done in the summer holidays, that will happen in May, July 2020. Your intermediate 2019, high school 2017. Okay, then you should also include your services and volunteer work. Like some of you have joined Rubaru, you did some voluntary work, that you can mention as what, as student volunteer or as youth champions. Make your CV stand out. How can you do it? Use catching words, utilize keywords like research, program assistant, did this, did that, presented a student study project, and all that. And always check for your spellings. Spelling shouldn't go wrong. Then proofread. Check or get it proofread by any of the teachers or any of your seniors. Skills. What kind of skills? Highlight your technical skills, computer programs, calligraphy, painting, films, or whatever. And the awards that you received. Name of the award, why, who gave you it, for what you won it, state when did you get it. Then interests and extracurricular activities. Highlight the skills not gained through education but relevant to the job. Example, sports. Most of you are in the volleyball team and kabaddi team. So you can say it has helped me to develop leadership qualities. That will help me to do teamwork skills. It will make me responsible. Ability to interact with people groups. Cover letter. Now this is not covered in your syllabus, but for every CV, cover letter is a must, because it will introduce your CV and to introduce what, how you, why are you applying for this job, and why your resume should be considered. That cover letter should be there, because it will tell you that you have done your research, you have put some time and effort to go to the next round of interview. So how should the cover letter be? Not too many pages, short, crisp. What kind of vocabulary? Formal. Find the names, spelling and grammar again, proofread. Don't be very at your service. If you give me this job, I'll be forever grateful to you. Not that kind of I am at your service kind of vocabulary, but you should be kind of formal. At the same time, you should not be very pushy. Your manners and etiquette, if it is old fashioned, it is better. For example, this is one cover letter. I'll post this again in your groups. This is another cover letter, two difference. Now, what is the useful information that comes from cover letter? Address, positioning, position of date, salutation, dear Mr. whatever. Then paragraph structure, transitioning to the letter. Then have a follow up, follow courtesies, signing off. So all the best. This is where your CV ends, the overview.
Tell them that stop and
My speaker is not working. Who muted me?
Can't hear you, ma. We can't hear you.
Oh, they've been messaging me. Since how long?
Bangla, we can't hear you, ma.
I didn't mute myself. The speaker is
Yeah, now
not.
I can. Now I can
Now
hear
you
you.
can?
Yeah. Wrap it off and then
Yeah.
tell them to join back.
So we have done an overview of the resume, CV, what is the difference, what all goes into resume writing or CV writing, how cover letter is important. I think now we will stop for a while before it shuts automatically. Join us back. We will do chronological and functional CV. Okay? Join back.